And so look at what happens here. Very, very important for you to understand that unforgiveness says this: you owe me and you will pay me. And see, and when you're in debt, let me go back and make sure you understand this. Debt means that you owe me. You see, if anybody's in debt, the person owing the debt owes the borrower. The person who is in debt is under the authority, under the power, and under the domain of the person who is the borrower. I have control over you. I have authority over you. I have superiority over you. I'm looking down my nose at you because you're in debt to me. You owe me. You got that? That's what somebody who has done something against you is. They are in your mind and in your heart. You owe me. But the fact of the matter is unforgiveness, like this guy is doing to now this fellow servant, unforgiveness is this. It says that you will pay me. You will pay me what you owe me. Everything you will pay me back. And here's what we have to understand. If we're in the state of unforgiveness this morning, I know some of us are struggling with this, and I struggle with this, and you struggle, we all struggle with this, but unforgiveness is, I want that person to know how they hurt me. I want that person to know how they wounded me. The pain I felt, I want them to feel. The hardship I've gone through, I want them to feel it and more. And that's just human. That's just normal human tendencies, right? The LA Times wrote about a guy who was in Colorado, driving his car a little bit too fast in the snow, and an officer stopped him. And the officer came up to him, and he explained, well, I really have concerns about my insurance going up if you give me a ticket, and I normally don't drive this fast, and I was in a hurry, and da-da-da-da. And the officer wrote him a ticket and says, if you don't like it, you can see the court. Next spring, the guy who was driving the car is also an umpire for a baseball league. And this guy comes up to bat, and he's now the umpire, and the guy who came up to bat is the cop. And the cop recognized him, and he recognized the cop. And so the cop says, hey, how did that ticket work out for you? He goes, you better swing at everything that's thrown to you. And that's the way we are. We want to be the umpire over somebody else who's hurt us. We want to be in authority over them. We want to say to them, you better swing at everything because we have power over them. We have control over them. I have superiority over you. And for some of us this morning, you know what? I know you've been greatly hurt. But see, genuine forgiveness is very costly to the person who's been hurt. It's not cheap. It's very expensive. And so for some of us this morning, I know that you have been burned big time with malice in a financial situation. Some of you have been treated wrongly at work and very unjustly treated. Some of you have been hurt in ways where your trust has been broken with your best friend or a family member or somebody very close to you. And I don't know where your hurt is, and I don't know where your unforgiveness is, and I don't know how much pain you've been through, but I can tell you this. True, genuine forgiveness is this. You have to not only forgive the debt, but absorb the hurt that was done to you. If I'm hurt, have to absorb it. And for some of us this morning, you could be sitting here and you go, man, if I forgive that person, Brian, though, I'm gonna have to let the debt go. I'm gonna have to let them get away with it. I'm gonna have to absorb it. I'm gonna have to take on that hurt myself. I'm gonna have to deal with that pain and let that. And I say, yes, my friend, that's what Jesus did on the cross for you. He took all that pain and that hurt on him of what that person did to you. And that's a part of living with other sinners in a sinful, fallen world. It's going to happen, and you're going to have to release them.